Congratulations! You have been born into one of the most successful societies on Earth, an ant colony. Unfortunately, you were not born as the queen. You do not get a private chamber, a cleaning team, or the important job of producing thousands of babies. You were not born as a winged male either. His life may be short, but at least he gets to fly once. No, you were born as a soldier ant. That sounds heroic until you learn that soldier is colony language for oversized security guard, emergency door, bodyguard, traffic controller, and employee who is paid entirely in food passed around by co-workers. Your sisters look like normal ants. You look like somebody attached a bulldozer to 6 wires and hoped for the best. And the worst part? You never applied for this job. In many ant colonies, soldiers are simply the largest workers, sometimes called major workers. They are female, wingless, and usually unable to reproduce. So while the queen creates the future of the colony, your personal family line ends with you. The queen is the reproductive system. The smaller workers are the hands. And you are the jaw. A very large jaw with no vacation days. Your problems start with your head. It is huge because it needs space for the muscles controlling your mandibles. To humans, those jaws look amazing. To you, they are 2 heavy garden tools permanently attached to your face. Small workers can carry eggs, clean larvae, squeeze through tiny tunnels, and carefully move food. You try to do the same thing looking like you are performing surgery with 2 excavators. Need to turn around inside a narrow tunnel? Enjoy your 12-point maneuver. Need to move one delicate egg? Better hope nobody wanted it in its original shape. Need to scratch your face? Bad news. Your face is mostly weapon. And being larger does not make you the boss. Ant colonies do not work like tiny human armies where the biggest ant gives speeches and points at a map. The queen is not personally commanding you. You are not a general. You follow chemical signals, vibrations, touch, and whatever emergency smell just exploded through the tunnel. An alarm pheromone appears, and your body reacts. There is no meeting. There is no safety briefing. There is no moment where you raise one leg and say, "Actually, this mission seems dangerous." The colony sends one notification. It says, "Emergency." The unsubscribe button does not exist. Most of your life is waiting. Smaller workers gather food, care for larvae, dig tunnels, clean the nest, and carry leaves. You stand near an entrance looking important. Then something horrible arrives, and suddenly everyone remembers why you exist. A beetle approaches. Enemy ants enter the tunnel. Heavy rain begins flooding the nest. A predator damages the entrance. The smaller workers grab the eggs and run deeper underground. You move toward the danger. This is the part where dramatic music begins for the audience. For you, this is the part where your job becomes, put your head between the colony and whatever is trying to destroy it. There is no protective equipment. You are the protective equipment. Some soldier ants have crushing mandibles. Some have sharp cutting jaws. Some can sting or release defensive chemicals, and some have giant heads shaped to block nest entrances. That is correct. Your entire career can literally be door. A worker taps you with her antennae. You move aside. She enters. You put your head back into the hole. Another worker arrives 3 seconds later. You move again. Congratulations. You are now a biological password screen. You are not guarding the door. You are the door. Leafcutter colonies give soldiers a slightly more active job. Thousands of workers march outside, carrying pieces of leaves back to the nest. The leaves help grow fungus, and the fungus feeds the colony. So your colony is basically running an underground farm. The workers carry the crops. The smaller ants maintain the fungus. And you patrol the road looking dangerous. You have no radio, no uniform, no lunch break, and no understanding of the colony's fungus economy. You know one rule. If something interrupts the leaf line, it becomes your problem. A fly circles overhead. Problem. A beetle walks too close. Problem. A rival ant colony appears. Very large problem. And if rain begins, the entire road becomes a disaster movie. To a human, one raindrop is nothing. To you, it is a falling swimming pool. The ground becomes mud. Puddles become lakes. Tunnels start filling with water. Workers rush through the storm carrying eggs like emergency luggage. And there you are at the entrance, pretending your enormous jaw qualifies you as flood control. Night is not better. The colony entrance becomes dark. The grass becomes a forest. And every shadow might contain something hungry. You stand guard, while glowing eyes watch from the plants. You cannot see the whole battlefield. You only feel vibrations, smell alarm chemicals, and wait for something to move. Then a worker runs past carrying food, another carries an egg, and everyone acts like this is a normal workplace. Your social life is also terrible. At certain times, winged queens and males leave the colony for mating flights. They rise into the sky and begin the only independent chapter of their lives. You watch from below. No wings, no mating flight, no chance to start your own colony. You are a sterile worker whose success comes from helping related ants survive. Biologically, that system works extremely well. Emotionally, the branding is awful. The queen gets called queen. The males get to fly. You get a heroic title because nobody would accept the position if it were called. Replaceable head with legs. And being powerful does not make you invincible. You are still tiny. A single footstep can destroy part of your world. Heat can dry the soil. Rain can drown the tunnels. Parasites, hunger, and rival colonies do not care how impressive your mandibles look in a close-up. To another insect, you are a terrifying armored monster. To the rest of the planet, you are a crunchy punctuation mark. Your large body can also make simple jobs harder. A narrow tunnel becomes a traffic jam. A sharp turn becomes a construction project. A small worker slips through a gap in 1 second. You arrive, get stuck, and accidentally become furniture. Then the smaller workers wait behind you, because apparently the colony's elite defender cannot reverse. If an injured worker needs help, you may carry her. If the brood is threatened, you guard the eggs. If enemy ants appear, you face them first. The colony values you, but it values the job more than the individual. When one soldier disappears, another eventually takes her place. There is no retirement plan, no medal, no speech from the queen, no tiny golden seed for years of service. One day, your legs slow down, your exoskeleton becomes scratched, your mandibles become worn. The colony continues moving around you. Workers still carry leaves. Nurses still care for larvae. The queen still produces more ants. That is the strange truth about ant colonies. They succeed not because every ant has a comfortable life, but because every ant performs one part of a system much larger than herself. Your part just happens to involve danger, giant jaws, zero romance, and occasionally becoming a door. So why does it suck to be born as a soldier ant? You are born into a career you cannot quit. You carry weapons you cannot put down. You protect a family too large to understand. You do not reproduce. You do not fly. You may spend hours guarding a tunnel while everyone else walks past, carrying more interesting objects. And whenever danger appears, every ant runs behind you and suddenly becomes extremely supportive. But there is one consolation. When an invader enters the darkness and sees your enormous head and mandibles opening in front of it, the invader probably has one clear thought. Oh, that is why they made her. Your life is unfair, exhausting, and completely controlled by colony biology. But for a few terrifying seconds, you are the reason the rest of the nest survives. Then, the danger passes. The workers return to their jobs, and you go back to standing inside a hole, because apparently the door has another shift.